Welcome back. It's another episode of your favorite political podcast, Where the Party At. I'm your host, Saba Long.
And I'm Eldridge Washington, and this is Where the Party Is At.
The party is at the governor's race and all these statewide things happening across Georgia.
Early voting is in. Have you voted yet?
It's the last week of early voting, and most Georgians have not yet voted. And let's talk about that.
Is it voter fatigue?
I think some folks are just like truly undecided. If you think about our last episode, we were talking about the polls and how many voters were undecided, particularly on the Democratic side with respect to the governor's race.
Right.
I think it's just people still trying to figure it out. Yeah.
Okay.
But even so, our numbers are higher than they were this time in 2022, which was the last midterm election.
Okay.
So it seems like it's low turnout, but it's still early-ish. Yeah, comparing it to 2022, particularly for Democrats. So 54.4%, if we can show on the screen, of people who have voted so far are folks who selected a Democratic ballot. 44% selected a Republican ballot, and 1.5% selected a nonpartisan ballot.
Is it even worth doing a nonpartisan ballot?
I would say no. So the only thing you really have on a nonpartisan ballot are the judicial races, because those are technically nonpartisan, although we've talked in episodes past about how some races are really partisan, even though there's no D or R behind that person's name.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So if you actually want to say on who makes it out of the primary for these down ballot seats, it's better to select a party ballot than a nonpartisan one.
Gotcha.
Yep. Okay, so we mentioned 54.4% of the turnout so far has been for Democrats, 44% for Republicans. We are at about a 15% increase compared to this time in 2022. So 15% increase in people showing up to vote. And something that I do find interesting is, and you won't see this on the chart, but we're just going to talk about it, is over half of Hispanic and Asian voters who've already voted so far in 2026 did not vote in 2022 in the primary.
So in 2022, they didn't vote at all. Half of the people that voted now. So they have had a
change of heart?
Yeah, complete.
Yeah.
Well, feeling it.
Right.
I think one thing you can say, what has happened in the last year since last midterm, everyone has felt politics.
Oh, yeah.
Whether you like it or not, you felt it.
Yeah.
Nobody can say.
Yeah. When I have conservative family members complaining about the price of gas, I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Everybody felt it. So
you're starting to pay attention.
Enough for them to show up to the polls.
Right.
And that's interesting. Now, what I would like to see is what ballots they pulled. I would like to see if that increase was on the Democratic or Republican. That's the data I would be interested in.
Well, more Democrats have voted so far than Republicans, for sure.
So that's almost an indicator.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I think there's a question to your point, and we'll talk about the candidates later, but are you voting for candidates? We've asked this before on the podcast. Are folks voting for Trump-aligned candidates, or are they looking for the more traditional Republican candidate, which I think it's going to end up being the Trump-aligned candidate, which we'll talk about a little bit later.
In that data that you just talked about, what does the age breakdown look like?
Yeah, so the age to me is probably the biggest thing other than the Hispanic Asian voters. This is no surprise because we talk about this often on Where the Party At, but the 40 and under crowd could fundamentally change Georgia politics and national politics if they just showed up.
To vote. That's
all you got to do, just show up. 18 to 29, 3.9% voter turnout compared to those 65 and up who will represent nearly 57% of the electorate so far.
Sheesh. So what happens is, I don't think that's undecided.
What's that?
When we just talked about like why people are not voting right now, I don't think that age group is undecided. I don't think it's
the 65 and up.
No,
the Gen Z and
the
millennials.
Gen Z and white millennials. I don't see my little cousin saying, "Well, I'm still trying to see if I like You know,
This candidate or the other.
I know because I'm talking to my little cousins. That's not the conversation. They either are engaged and they know what they want to do, or they just
Don't see a point.
They don't care at all.
Yeah. Is it that they, this is what I'm wondering about. Is it that they don't care?
That's why I wanted Twitter taken. I really wanted them to lose something that they love by way of legislation.
You mean
TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok.
That's why I wanted TikTok taken. I wanted them to lose something that they love, that they make money off of, by way of legislation.
Right.
Like I needed them to lose it to legislation.
Well, they technically did, but Donald Trump saved it.
I think that was all a ploy.
Lawmakers voted against it.
I think that was all a ploy. I still think that was a ploy.
Maybe.
Like, I needed them to really just lose it. And then they get involved. Like, because even that short little period of time, you start seeing TikTokers like break down online, make campaign
and TikTok
videos.
did a lot of engagement around it.
Yeah.
I think there was even actually something in the app that said, ask your congressman or your
Uh-huh.
senator to leave TikTok alone, essentially.
Yeah, see.
And there were ads all over DC at the time. They spent a lot of money.
I don't know what that campaign is, but once that
The draft.
ooh. Yeah.
If you tell me I have to, then maybe that would make a difference. Yeah.
Draft in America. Hold on.
I know.
Did I miss the age?
No.
What's the age?
I think it's been changed to like 36.
Oh, I'm good. December?
Oh.
Hey.
You better hope they can get past
Just
December.
Just hold on.
Oh boy.
But I think it does have to be something. It has to be something like, because what made us vote? We had Obama. Obama made us vote.
Millennials had Obama.
We had Obama. That was our big moment. I remember clear as day, wanting to stand in lines, wanting to be a part of it. And it wasn't the vote or die campaign that Diddy and all them was doing. It was simply Obama. It was the fact that we we done seen comedians talk about the first black president for years.
Yeah, and it actually happened.
And it happened.
Yeah.
So I wonder what's going to be. That's the question is, what is the Obama moment? And it has to be more than Obama because that wasn't sustainable.
Right. But if you remember our last episode, we talked about the Harvard Youth Poll.
Oh, yeah.
And like how unengaged folks were.
Right.
I don't know if I can find that real quick. But it was very alarming. Like it showed, what was the percentage? It was like...
it was super low.
Okay, so in the Harvard Youth Poll, this is from our last episode, I believe, about 26% of young Americans said they felt hopeful about the future of the country. And those are voters ages 18 to 29. So I think that explains why they're not showing up in the polls. And then their take on, trusting candidates, elected officials are motivated by selfish reasons. In the 2026 poll, 68% said elected officials are motivated by selfish reasons.
And all of those numbers are translating in what we're seeing now.
Right.
This is
and that's why we're seeing such low voter turnout. But again, research the candidates, find a candidate that you like.
That's what I'm saying.
Know that there's not going to be a perfect candidate.
Pick your candidate.
Yeah.
I almost want y'all to just pick somebody that's not even qualified, just to show y'all got the power. Like, I want y'all to
just as a test.
Like, you know how they be doing these crazy campaigns online, like the dude that's trying to buy a Spirit right now.
Oh yeah.
And they getting all this traction. I imagine just the young people in Atlanta just picking some random unhoused gentleman and just saying this gonna be our new mayor.
Yeah. And putting the person in office. Yeah, that sounds like a TV skit. But
I almost want them to just show
their power.
Do something.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the candidates. So I want to talk about Republican gubernatorial candidate Brad Raffensperger, who's our current Secretary of State. And Brad, we've been talking about the governor's race, and Brad, I would say, is kind of, running a center-right campaign compared to Burt Jones and Rick Jackson.
Super right.
Right. So, very right. So Brad had a profile in Politico, which is a big national outlet, and quoted in that article was Casey Cagle, and this is a name for old school folks, so Gen Z probably won't know Casey Cagle. But Casey Cagle was kind of this slick, cool Republican who ran for governor and lost badly to Kemp.
I was about to say, I knew I heard the name before.
Yeah.
I knew I heard the name. Yeah, it's been a minute.
Right, it's been a minute. So Casey Cagle was quoted in this Politico piece, and by the way, he's backing Burt Jones. But what he said is fundamentally right. And this gets to what we were just talking about earlier. He said, and I quote, "This is the party of Trump today. Like it or not, it is. And I find it very difficult to see someone being able to be anti-Trump in a Republican primary and be successful." So he's saying this is why Raffensperger doesn't have a shot. And Cagle was kind of seen as, a traditional conservative, right? The kind of Chamber of Commerce conservative, which is kind of how Brad is perceived as well. And Casey Cagle ended up losing to Kemp, who ran to the right of him. Right?
So, and it's true. This is whether
the party
you want
of
to
Trump.
admit it or not. Now, people be trying to backpedal, right? And make it seem like they ain't, but this is your party.
Yeah.
And y'all are with it, you know?
Yeah.
So I agree with that quote.
Yeah. And then just another thing from Politico, they did a poll in April, and they found that most respondents who plan to vote for Republicans in this midterm, about 40% of them say that the 2020 election was stolen.
On brand.
40%. And just 25% say the election wasn't stolen. And so the other 25 said, I don't believe it was stolen, but I have questions about its legitimacy. So I'm not going to go so far as to say it was stolen, but I'm going to say something wasn't right.
Something was going on.
Yeah. The math is the math.
On brand, pretty much.
Yeah. So let's talk on the Democratic side. Let's talk about Michael Thurman. And he had what I thought was a nice piece in the AJC about him recently. He was, this was from the AJC's, when they're political reporters, so more kind of on the opinion side. Okay, so this Mike Thurman piece is a piece from the AJC, from their political
I like the
reporter.
title of this article.
Oh, yeah. If I'm, as a comms person, this article came out at exactly the time I would want it to come out, and it was the perfect headline. Right? Michael Thurman, Democrats' sleeper candidate, is right where he wants to be.
Yeah, sleeping on that boy. Come on now. Like I said, that's the runoff, if I'm Keisha's team, that we don't want to see.
Yeah, well, speaking of, let's talk about a video clip that was circulating on social media about essentially, should Keisha's opponents drop out? That's what at least one sort of influencer is asking.
Okay, yeah. This is one time where I obeyed your rules and I saved it for the pod.
I'm so proud of you.
So please play
I know that was hard.
Please
I know
play
it was
the
hard.
clip. Play the clip.
Georgia, let me tell you what we do not have time for. We do not have time for Democratic candidates trying to run for governor who are not going to win the primary. All right? I'm going to show you something. The current AJC poll for governor has Keisha Lance Bottoms with 39% of the vote. Everybody else that's polling in single digits should drop out of the race. Just drop out. Olu Brown, Amanda Duffy, Jeff Duncan, Jason Estevez, Derek Jackson. Drop out. Drop out of the race, guys. You want to know why? Because in 2017, I made this post on Facebook. And I said, do not waste your vote. The top two people will be in a runoff election for the mayor of Atlanta, Georgia. And none of these people made it. And Keisha was the one that won in the runoff. And you know what made it even worse? This person, this person, this person, and this person all backed her, the Republican, the independent Republican secret Trojan horse candidate. And we still beat y'all ass. And that's what pisses me off. We don't have time for this shit. Y'all are playing games that you ain't got the lifetime to play these kind of games. Making posts about Keisha, this black woman, about I don't like the way she handled this and I don't like the way she handled that. Y'all did that to Hillary Clinton. Y'all did that to Kamala Harris. And this is why we are in the shit we are in now. Cut that bullshit out. You are in the way. Bro, pick the person in the front, slide all your chips on them, and let's fucking go. You don't have time for this shit, man. That's the one thing about Republicans, I tell you. When they get their horse, they ride that shit. Right or wrong, it's gang over there. And we need a lot of that shit over here. Cut this bullshit out, man. We don't have time for this shit.
So, when I saw this, I literally wrote a whole book.
I'm sure you did.
I wrote a whole book. But then I started
with chapters.
I started seeing everybody else's books.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
They got it handled.
If he can read those, he don't necessarily have to read mine. Mm-hmm. All the thing I said, this is just a very inaccurate post. That's literally all I said on it.
Yeah. I actually saw your comment.
Yeah, you see, it was
I saw it and I was like, wow, that was rather tame of him.
Yeah, it was like, because I wrote this whole thing and then I just felt like one of those people like, man, nobody's going to read this. So
I don't know. That post got a ton of engagement.
So this is the issue. First of all, I just swear he's the biggest political pundit in Atlanta. Like, he swears every election.
He comes out.
He comes out, like, out of nowhere. And then, like he said, I made this post. Like, if you ask him, he is the reason why the last 3 mayors have been elected, if you ask him. Like, I truly think he believed that. And then his whole theory is just a flawed theory. Like, this is he's saying drop out of the primary.
Yes, he's saying drop out of the primary.
Now, no, you have said people should drop out. You said it.
I said, yes. I said that people polling at 0% should drop out.
And I said, if you got at least 1%, you can stay.
Well, those 2 people would still be required to drop out based on my data.
Right. So
my take on it.
No, I get it. I get why you said them dropping out. But everybody else is
it's
correct.
Fair game, I would say.
Yeah, it's fair game.
Close to fair game.
If you're in the top 3 to 4 candidates, in the primary is fair game. The voter, and again, this is polls. Polls are not necessarily real. I'm just gonna say that.
Well, the challenge is you've got about 35% of the electorate that's still undecided.
Right.
And I understand. I mean, his argument, I guess, would be, well, if they're undecided, which means they're not trying to go to any of the candidates right now.
Just force them a candidate.
Yeah. So but the risk also on this is it's kind of like what we saw happen in the 2024 Democratic election, right, with respect to Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
And folks were upset that they didn't have a choice.
Right.
Because she was anointed the nomination. And so I think it's very risky.
Well, in that case,
to try to pull that here.
In that case with her, like, what else did you have?
There were options.
That would have got the same level of energy.
She may have still ended up as the nominee, but there were options. Yeah, people don't want to feel like we already have a problem with folks not feeling like their voice and their vote matters.
Right.
And you're essentially telling them, I'm taking away that, and this is the person.
And this is the only person going to go.
Right.
I mean, I get it. All I'm saying is, in the short amount of time, the energy that needed to get behind it, I don't see no other option that you would have got that many people excited that fast. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's different from this. As far as this situation, what he's talking about, everybody, honestly, again, depending on who gets in this runoff with her,
right,
she might not make it.
That's true. And so I want to just briefly talk about the finances because that directly impacts this. Right. So Jason Estevez and Keisha Lance Bottoms have essentially raised the same amount of money.
Which is about
$2.8 million. Yeah.
Okay.
And Keisha has loaned herself a couple $100,000. Right. And Jason has not. So that alone shows to you that the competitive primary process should play itself out. Right?
It is definitely a coin toss.
Right. Next, just in the last cycle, so they just posted these numbers. Thurman raised just shy of $900,000, but has loaned his campaign $500,000, $500,000.
I mean, that shit.
Yeah, he's got some money. And then also, who's also loaned himself $500,000 is Jeff Duncan, and he has raised $1.2 million. Yeah. So if I'm Keisha, now I am saying, hey, Jeff Duncan doesn't have a shot because he should be raising far more than he has, and he has had to loan his campaign $500,000.
You know how I know he ain't got a shot? His number one surrogate, James Woodall, is backpedaling like Deion Sanders on the Atlanta Falcons.
We need to do like in lower thirds a little ticker that says number of episodes since James Woodall's name has been mentioned.
No, I'm just saying, like, don't try to get all conservative now.
I missed it. I didn't realize he's said something different.
No matter who the candidate is, I'm going to support the Democratic.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good thing to say.
Yeah, it's good. You got to say it now when your guy, you in the war room.
Yeah.
You in the war room, you realizing,
you're looking at the numbers.
This did not go the way I thought it was going to go.
Right.
The white privilege did not compensate the way I thought it was going to compensate. So, drop. Yeah. If the only thing I have an issue, I say this, only issue I had with Isaac's video is he should have put names on those bullets. You drop out, you drop out, you drop out.
Right.
Now, if he's saying everybody should
mine.
Yeah, you did. You was really not. Now, I really do believe he think everybody it should only be one.
Does he actually believe it, or is he just, like for clicks?
No, I believe he believes it.
Okay.
And I believe he believes he moves the needle in Atlanta politics.
Yeah.
Like, for real. I do think he thinks that. So, I think he...
Felicia Moore might agree with that.
Nah. Felicia did that herself.
She certainly didn't do herself any favors.
That video with old boy.
I know.
She
the Trump guy.
She did. She did that herself.
That she did.
That was probably one of the biggest unforced fumbles I've seen in politics in a long time. So...
Yeah. So there's a question of, like... If it's Keisha, obviously in the runoff, and one of these guys,
so
there's a real question of can she make it? And it's actually someone told me this at the top of the year that Keisha's folks were most concerned about can she get out of the runoff. We know she can get in it, but can she get out of it?
So I can tell you, she gets out of it with Duncan easily. Mm-hmm. With Estevez, there's a fight. Well, that's easy. And Estevez got a lot of stuff brewing on the back end. Also, he kind of phrased that question wrong. Going back to the last episode of, you let gang members take, like, it wasn't gang members, but like he phrased that wrong. And I see a lot of people going in on a couple of different things. Like, I'm starting to see things pop up on his social media that I didn't see before. So I think it will be a hard fight, but I think Keisha could win. The only way Keisha loses is if Thurman gets in this runoff. Which
is why the AJC called him the sleeper candidate.
Yeah, he said he's right where he want to be. And I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that. I think him and her against each other, man, the energy shifts tremendously.
That'll be interesting.
So I'm going to vote early. I normally wait for the day of.
Okay.
For the energy.
May 19th. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I'm gonna vote early. And I'm actually gonna start conversations in line if there's like any lines to see where people are.
Yeah. Well, this is the last week of early voting.
I'm gonna vote tomorrow.
So just quickly on the Republican side, just talking about campaign finances, Burt Jones has loaned his campaign $17 million, which is a lot. But there's a little bit of a wrinkle. According to his campaign disclosure, he only has $11 million, like of his personal wealth. So where's
this money?
Where's the money coming from? That doesn't make sense. He's too smart to literally put all of his money in a governor's race. So that the math ain't mathing on that one.
So first of all, can we just talk about the number difference? Like, we just said
insane.
Thurman just raised $900,000.
Right. And you're like,
and he loaned himself $17 million. Man.
That's nothing though. Because Rick Jackson, Slick Rick,
where you at now?
$83 million.
Jeez.
This is just the primary.
Man.
So when it's all said and done, assuming he gets out of, it's a question of, how much money does he put in the primary runoff?
It's a good day to be a consultant on the Republican side.
Man, it's also a good day to own a TV station.
Man.
Because they are making so much money off of these campaigns. Insane.
And it's not even, and it's about to go up.
Right.
After the 19th?
This week, the week of early voting, the last week of early voting, the TV rates go up. And then you've got the runoff, right? So they've got to figure out their buys for the runoff, and then we'll see what happens in the general. But assuming at this point, if he's already put 83 in, there's a question of at what point do you say, all right, I'm not, like, once I get to the if Rick Jackson wins the primary runoff,
right,
what is his strategy for the November election? Does he try to start getting donations from folks, or does he continue to self-fund?
If I'm him, if I'm Rick, have fun and self-fund.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah, I'm asking for money, but I don't need it. Mm-hmm. Like, I actually reached out to, believe it or not, I have some friends of the lighter hue. And I reached out to him and I was like, yo.
What do you think about Rick?
And he was like, hey, man, I like Rick, man, humble beginnings. Mm-hmm. And he said, I met him. He wouldn't even take my money. He said, you got to love a candidate like that.
Mm. Interesting.
Bruh, how can you beat that?
See, I would spin it as, no, he's not taking your money today, but he's going to take your money tomorrow. Right. And then just talk about all the ways that the governor's office is not helping everyday people.
Right now, it just feels, this cat.
And then I would frame him as an oligarch.
This cat got a lot of money. So
then that's why.
He's not a humble, like, I mean, he's millions.
Right.
So
I mean,
our dads grew up, like my dad, his dad was my dad's mentor.
Got it.
In construction.
Got it.
So like, he's like, he paid.
Right.
So for I was just wanting to know what his neck word is talking about, and they loving Rick.
83 million. So yeah, you got to imagine by the time this is all said and done, that's what he spent, 250 million.
Yeah, it's gonna be easily gross over 200.
Yeah.
I got
Good
it.
Lord.
I got to do something.
Gotta get your life right.
Yeah, I got to change. Change my logo colors or something.
And Brad Raffensperger.
I'm going to cut my locks.
Done. Check. Brad Raffensperger has loaned his campaign $6 million. And Chris Carr has raised $5 million.
Okay. Finally a hard-working.
Yeah, he's been working hard. But again, this is kind of the question that we were talking about in the beginning. And the quote, right, is from Casey Cagle is, there's no room for a Chris Carr or a Brad Raffensperger in today's Republican Party.
You got to be a Trump Republican.
Right.
And if you're not a Trump Republican,
then you can switch and become a Democrat and run for governor.
Somebody should do that. That's genius. But obviously when you switch over, you don't raise money.
Right.
All the money is over there. It's
pretty wild.
I'm not going to lie. I'm ready to just get to the primary and see this David versus Goliath money battle.
Mm-hmm. You mean to the general?
Yeah, to the general. Yeah. Like, I'm ready to see how whoever the Democratic candidate,
right?
How do you? Because regardless of all the money, if you add all the money together, that they don't raise, you're still
right. It's less than what Burt Jones has loaned his campaign.
That's what I'm saying. So
like,
I'm ready to see how you strategically leverage your money that you got over there versus how they about to be.
I think it'll end up being kind of like 2021 was when when Ossoff and Warnock ran, right? And there was just a flood of national attention to Georgia. I think it'll be similar to that. Well, there will be tons of money coming into the state.
A missing element to make that happen is Stacey Abrams.
Yeah, and I think she'll keep. Yeah. She'll stay MIA is my guess for at least a little while.
Well, she has to. I mean, she got a lot of stuff she's dealing with on the back end of things. So I just think her not even her machine, because NGP was
Georgia Project. New Georgia Project.
Yeah. So that was a whole machine.
Right.
501c3, 501c4. Like, it was a whole. They were getting all of the money.
Right.
With that not there.
It's a big void.
I don't know if it's going to be similar. I think people are going to talk about it, but as far as the mechanism to catch that money.
Yeah, well, there's a question of what does the National Democratic Party do, and then what does the
Bailey.
Well, that's the state.
I
right?
know
So
that.
yeah, what does the state Democratic
I've been
Party
saying
do?
his name. I ain't said his name in a while. Where's the plan, Bailey?
What does the National Party do? What does the Democratic Governors Association do? Right, like that's going to be the question: is how does that money flow? What do various PACs do? We'll see. Sort of related, and they could play a role because of what's happening with the Supreme Court decision around redistricting. So the state Supreme Court race is heating up. And Barack Obama endorsed Miracle Rankin and Jen Jordan, which is pretty remarkable. Like, that's not usually something that you would see. And let's show folks, just as a reminder, who these two candidates are.
I seen that, and I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah, so they are running for state Supreme Court. They were recently on Heather Cox Richardson's show. She is...
The picture in the back.
For folks who don't know, Heather Cox Richardson is a historian who has, a podcast where she talks a lot about the state of democracy, and she had both of them on. One of the things, and we've talked about this, why you should pay attention to this race, is the state Supreme Court handles a number of things that impact your daily life, but one of the big ones, and again, this happened under the Kemp administration, is Georgia's 6-week abortion ban. Mm-hmm. And that is actively being litigated and will come before the new Georgia Supreme Court. And then another reason why, again, you should pay attention to the governor's race is when a Supreme Court justice steps down before the election, they are appointed, their replacement is appointed by the governor. Okay. And the state Supreme Court today has been overwhelmingly appointed by Republican governors.
Yeah. So this is why you have to vote. And now I'm not gonna lie. When I seen what gets you an Obama endorsement. To me, an Obama endorsement is almost like a Andre 3000 verse.
Yeah.
It's like getting
That's fair.
It's like getting 3 stats to spit on your single. How do you get an Obama? What makes him show his head?
I think a few things. I mean, one, that graphic we showed was from the National Democratic Redistricting Committee or Commission. And so this conversation that's happening at the national Supreme Court level around redistricting and what we've seen Louisiana and other states do, right? I think that has played a role. I think also knowing that as elections continue to be contested and challenged at the courts, you want Supreme Court justices who are pro-democracy or who are on your side.
Right.
So I think he sees this both from, these are the folks who are going to be approving redistricting lines, right, and maps, and these are the folks who are going to be approving future elections.
Now, here's another question. Does Barack Obama owe us more endorsements? Do he owe us more of his voice? Is that his responsibility, or does he just get to sit on the sideline?
If I'm Obama, I'd say, I don't owe you nothing.
Yeah. But
like, I got the wounds, right? I got the scars to show. Yeah, it depends on who you talk to, I guess. If you talk to Dr. Umar or somebody else, they would say, he owes us everything.
Yeah, I'm going to say you owe it.
I get it. I'm telling you, if I were him, I'm like, I don't owe you anything. I have done my part.
Yeah, I think people argue, not enough. Not enough. Like, if you know you can sway it, if you know you could literally shift everything,
right.
Your voice, like,
but he's trying to, I guess, kind of publicly still behave like a statesman when the person who's in the White House doesn't give a flip about norms.
But that's what pissed me off. Like,
right. And that's the overarching issue with the Democratic Party right now.
It's like y'all are not trying to fight. Like y'all not where that dog at.
Right. I mean, so we talked a lot in previous episodes about Project 2025. Yeah. So there's a group of Democrats pushing a Project 2029. And so, like, things like that
don't even sound cool.
It doesn't. I don't know why they did, like, literally an exact...
Ain't nothing original. Like,
I know. I agree.
It don't even sound...
Yeah.
Project 2025.
Take Back America. I don't know. Like, I would call it something that, sparks interest and
But that's
passion.
what I mean when I say, yo, you are a major voice.
Right.
Like, he could literally be what
Stacey was
times
politics.
1 billion.
Right.
He could raise money like this.
Yes.
People would show up like that. Like he could literally shift all of it. And the silence is like, yo, he like Andre 3000. I don't want to rap no more.
Yeah.
He out here playing the political flute.
Right. And Obama's producing, podcasts and movies.
I'm like, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm glad to see this endorsement. Thank you. But yeah, do more.
Not enough.
It's not enough. Kendrick style.
I was literally like, in the words of Kendrick,
it's not enough. God dang.
Well, this is an interesting segue because I want to mention someone who was at Ebenezer Baptist Church on Mother's Day Sunday.
It's your church.
It is my church. I wasn't there for Mother's Day though. I went to my parents' church.
Oh, okay. I about to say, where were you?
With the fam. I was with the family. AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez.
I wish you used her full name more.
Yeah, the Democratic Congresswoman from New York was in Atlanta and at Ebenezer. And what's interesting is not that she was in Atlanta and at Ebenezer. It's the fact that Reverend Warnock, a.k.a. Senator Warnock, actually invited her to speak at the pulpit.
Now, that's not my church. Is that rare?
It's extraordinarily rare.
Why?
Because there have been presidents, there have been senators, there have been congressmen who have attended the church and who've not been invited to speak at the pulpit. It's usually a wave your hand, recognition, thank you for coming, and that's it.
Snap.
This was an invitation to speak. So let's listen to, this is a bit of a long clip, but let's listen to the introduction and what AOC had to say.
I want to see if she know how to talk at Black church.
Well,
did she say, give my honor to God, who's the head of my life? And I want to pay homage to the first. Y'all don't got a first lady at Ebenezer, do y'all?
So messy, Eldridge.
Ebenezer welcomes you. Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez, born in the Bronx. When I lived in New York, do they still call it the Boogie Down? It was the Boogie Down, Bronx. She graduated from Boston University. She was an intern for Senator Ted Kennedy. You all know who she is. She's a national voice of conscience. Come on up, say hello to the congregation, Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Would you welcome my friend? Good to see you, good to see you, good to see you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna give her a moment to say hello to the Ebenezer Church.
Of course, thank you so much, Reverend. Thank you all so much. Happy Sunday, happy Mother's Day. I just came today to be in beloved community with you all, and we let the Reverend know, and he so graciously sent a message this morning and said, would you like to address the church? And I said, me? But good morning, everyone, and thank you again, Reverend Warnock, for your leadership, to the pastors, the deacons, the mothers of this church, especially on Mother's Day. Thank you for welcoming me. I don't take lightly where we're standing and sitting here today. And I know how meaningful it is to be invited to be in community together. And I don't take lightly the peril that we are facing just 1 week after the Voting Rights Act was gutted. And in the days since, we have learned why the Voting Rights Act existed. As the maps in Tennessee and Louisiana, across this country, as the Supreme Court, to the Reverend's point in Virginia, overturned the maps 10-1, to literally draw Black Americans out of power. We are living in terrifying times, but we are people of faith. And our faith is the foundation that gives us the courage to fight in the face of overwhelming odds. Like Deborah, who rose as a judge in a time of cruel kings and said, I will go. Like Daniel, who stood firm in the court of a blasphemous king and declared, there is a God in heaven. And like Dr. King, baptized in this church on this hallowed ground, who believed in the audacious idea that maybe this country could maybe live up to the promises we made in our founding documents. I'm here today, brothers and sisters, with a simple message. We stand together, and we are not going back. What happens to Florida happens to New York. What happens to Tennessee happens to California. What happens to Louisiana happens to all of us, Ebenezer. Because this is America. We are not divided by state. We are united by our humanity and common citizenship. Because no man can grant us our humanity. No law can erase it, no king, no system, and no president can strip it away, Ebenezer. Because it is not given by man, it is ordained by God. Thank you, Ebenezer Church, and happy Mother's Day. Praise God.
First of all, so you know more than I know how big of a deal that is to have somebody in the
It's a big
pulpit.
deal to be invited to speak.
I like her words though.
Yeah. Does she move you?
I mean, not me, but I know how. But I'm already in the direction she trying to move people in. So, but I like her words though. I like her words. I think it was good. I just, I always could tell how often people be in black church, how they start their speeches. You know, that's your time to really set the pedigree of your knowledge of church.
Right, of the black
beginning.
church.
Yeah, there's a couple of things you got to say. There's
Right.
a couple of words.
God
you gotta,
is good.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got to know how to just, because, you know, if you are a public speaker, there is no greater place to get your stuff off than in a black church full of black mamas.
Yeah.
That is the most encouraging audience.
Right.
You heard them in the background.
Oh,
Yeah.
She got a standing ovation.
Yeah. So know what I'm saying? Like that's the place.
Right.
You gotta really give it to them. You get to scream a little bit there. Like
But you have to, it has to be good. Because if it's not good, they're going to also make sure you know that.
yeah, well some black mamas be like, they let you know in a nice way. They're like, okay, take your time. Let them use you.
Let them use you. It's all right, baby.
Nah, I think it was good though. And I personally like AOC.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although I don't know how to pronounce her name, I want her to use her name more.
I get it from an optic standpoint.
Yeah,
right.
like use it and don't let folk give you,
Yeah.
Cause like folk will be, I'm gonna say white folk will pronounce a German name like it ain't nothing, but then give you a 3-letter initial. Nah, say your whole name.
Well, one of the reasons why I wanted to bring this up is the internet went crazy about this, and particularly there's like a photo of Warnock and AOC, just like standing around talking to each other, and literally every post was like, "Oh, we have our 2028 ticket right here, Warnock AOC." What you think, Eldridge?
So who the president?
I don't know. That's a coin flip.
So that determines everything.
Okay. Let's say it's AOC. Then what?
It don't work. Because Kamala's still gonna put her name out there.
Yes, I would agree with that.
So
Yeah.
it has to be
Warnock.
It has to be
AOC.
Warnock president. AOC, very exotic ticket,
Right.
but
That would be.
I think it's
That'd be a very engaging ticket.
I think it's just exotic enough and enough to get people excited and talking about it. They're two
Right.
public figures
Right.
that have been known for standing on the right side of history.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They standing for the thing for the people. I think you can get some traction behind it.
And they're two strong orators. Like, they're both really good on the stump.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, I can see it. I didn't think that. I thought you were about to go somewhere else.
Oh.
with it.
No.
I'm about to say,
Not that one.
yeah. So, but that ticket,
Yeah.
I've never
thought about it?
Never thought about it.
Yeah. So AOC was recently, she's been making the rounds on media lately, and she was on, she's being interviewed by David Axelrod, who everyone knows from the Obama days.
Yeah.
And this was in Chicago at the college. And she said, and I quote, because she was asked about 2028 and just generally running for president. And she said, and I quote, "My ambition is to change this country. Presidents come and go. Senate, House seats, elected officials, they all come and go. But single-payer health care is forever."
Okay.
Which I thought was a really good answer.
Yeah, well, it is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, see, I don't think she would do the VP ticket. I think she would want the president
President
ticket.
or bust.
And then, yeah, I think it's president bust. And then I also think if the people had to choose, or at least black women had to choose between her
And Kamala.
everybody's already saying Kamala didn't get enough time to really get her campaign together. And Kamala's going to run again based off of the
Third
stuff.
time's a charm.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it is a
Yeah.
third time. Yeah. Third time is charm.
It worked for Biden.
You know?
Oh,
So
well.
I don't necessarily see what she's gonna do, how she's gonna do it, but I do believe she's
Yeah.
gonna run again. I think it's kind of
you
hard
would-
not to.
So you would have Kamala running. Pretty sure Cory Booker's going to run.
I wouldn't run if I was him
Oh, he's running. He's doing everything that you're supposed to do.
to run.
He just released a book.
So
He
Kamala,
just got married. He's running. He's on
Kamala-
a national tour.
Corey, AOC, Warnock, Gavin Newsom.
Westmore, maybe.
Okay, what's more? That's a lot.
Well, it's better than not having options.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
lot.
And then there's still a whole bunch of people we didn't even mention, like Pritzker,
Right.
Pete Buttigieg. Yeah, there's some others.
I really hope we
Andy
get
Beshear.
I hope we get the DNC.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
talking to someone the other day, and they said it's looking good.
Yeah.
So.
Shout out to the community ATL choir. You know, they was a part of greeting them
Oh, really?
on the belt line.
Nice.
I seen something
Yeah.
online with it. So
Yeah, that's
maybe
cute.
if they come here, it's because of that. They were just impressed. But nah, I really hope it comes here
Yeah,
because it looks like we're gonna have a lot of options to really
Right.
get this energy going.
yeah, yeah.
Finally.
We'll see.
If the current president allow y'all to even have an election.
Well, there is that question.
Yeah, so
So speaking of that, there's a nice transition to party starters and party poopers. My party starter is Andrea Young, the daughter of Ambassador Andy Young,
yep.
but she is my party starter because she is retiring from the ACLU of Georgia.
Did not know.
Yes, and she has led that organization, you know, obviously an organization focused on civil liberties and civil rights through a lot of big things that we have faced, you know, in the past 8+ years.
She's been doing the work. She's been doing the work. And
Yeah.
who's taking over?
TBD. I think there should be announcing it in the next,
Is it gonna be a
few
local
weeks.
black man?
Possibly.
That would be cool.
That would be cool.
That would, if we
Yeah.
did that,
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a job.
Crazy. You were a nut.
Nah,
Well-
that would be cool if it was. I got it.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, she's retiring. You think about the things that ACLU has worked on just under her tenure, 6-week abortion ban, from a civil liberty standpoint, protesters' rights,
Yeah.
which is a huge challenge. I don't think people fully understand the rights or lack thereof that protesters have in Georgia.
Right.
And it's really all a backlash to the police training center being built.
Exactly.
So, a lot of things that the ACLU has really led on: voter education, a lot around AI, a lot around flock safety and cameras, right? And
she's done a lot.
Privacy.
And I got to give credit because I often talk about how much people that are born to like great people, kids, don't do anything.
Right. She stepped up.
She's a strong example
Right.
of having a parent that has literally been the face of so much, and she
across the world.
Yeah, across the world, and she still be as productive as she is. Like,
Right.
so shout out to her. That's a great party starter.
Yeah.
And it's been a struggle to find party starters.
I
lately.
know.
So kudos to her. We give that to you. Congratulations. Does she have a retirement party coming up or anything?
She does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to pull up on that.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll send you the details.
Party pooper for me. I think it's simple. I got to give it to Isaac Hayes.
I'm so shocked.
And the only reason I got to give it to Isaac Hayes because you can't discourage the voice of the people. You always have to give the people opportunity. Again, I'm going to give him a little leeway. Everybody that's in the governor race probably should not be in the governor's race.
Facts.
But so once you start talking about undecided, that is 35%, and then you have very qualified candidates that are in the race. We're not talking about incompetent, unqualified people. We're talking about some people who have greater resumes than Keisha Lance Bottoms are in the race. We deserve to present that to the people and allow the people to choose. So my party pooper to him for always thinking that he knows best in Atlanta politics, and he doesn't. So that's you, sir.
All right. Well, he said it. That is today's show. Just a reminder, if you need to figure out your voting information, go to mvp.sos.ga.gov. Type in your information in there. You'll see your sample ballot. You'll see where to vote. And you can, again, just practice, right? And look through and say, okay, here are the candidates that I'm voting on. Here are the candidates that I do a little bit more research on. To make sure that you actually show up to the polls. And especially if you are under 40, do not be the single-digit percent. Yeah. Like, don't allow that, y'all. Single-digit percent?
It's sad.
No, we don't want that.
This is going to release on Tuesday. So a week from today, meet us at 489 Stevens Street, Atlanta, Georgia, 30310 in the beautiful community of the Pittsburgh. We will be here hosting your official watch party. We want y'all to come. Music, food, games, information, but most importantly, opportunities for us to change our community.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Thank you.